Welcome back. Welcome to your reading today. Welcome to a divine message from the Holy Spirit, from whoever needs to relay a message to you. What's going on? Why are you here? We have debilitated discomfort. Okay. 12th house, introspection. Okay. So, you may be in a situation with Uranus change. You may be in a situation or have been in a situation. There's like 30 birds, 30 tiny little birds flying. So this may be for 30 of you. This may be for a whole bunch of you. You were debilitated, put into discomfort, and this put you into introspection, forcing you to change. But this isn't change in a normal way. This isn't change in a way that can be described. This is a change beyond human comprehension, a change beyond human form. There was this throne, this king ruling over you. There was this energy, this force that used their spiritual knowledge, their spiritual awareness, used all of their spiritual force, not just their life force, but their spiritual force, the passion, the fire of their soul. They use this to manipulate. They use this to have power, to have control, to have a kingdom, to have a castle. And that was their decision. That was the path they chose. And when you do that, you're not leaving your door open for God. You are blocking off God. You are using your energy against God, really. So, what happened here? What happened here is God allowed it. God said, you want to be stubborn? You don't want to listen to the divine? You want to treat the divine poorly? They had their eyes closed to the divine. They didn't want to see her. They didn't want to give her the credit she deserves. They wanted to believe that they are the king of the universe, of their universe. So, what happened here, God was like, sure, you're the king of your universe. We all are kings of our universe, but do this manipulation, do this spiritual warfare. It's one thing fighting physically. It's a whole other thing fighting emotionally. But these people were fighting spiritually. These people were manipulating spiritually. And this could range from people you know, people you live with, to other people that you haven't even met yet. So, God, in His divine, masterful plan, use these energies for your growth. God could have placed these energies so close to you that it accelerated your introspection, it accelerated your growth. Because God, I was about to say dog. You could have a God dog. Or you're a God dog. But God has a plan for you. God has a mission for you. God needed you to change. God needed you to go into the upper room. To follow the man with the water, the Aquarius. This is huge Aquarius energy. This is a huge learning from the Aquarius, becoming the Aquarius. God needed you in that energy. So it wasn't that you needed to change. It wasn't that everything about you was wrong. It was that God needed you to evolve. God needed you to evolve. He needed you to evolve. Because you have a special mission. He chose you. So what this is, this change, this transformation, this Aquarius energy is freedom. Is freedom to be anything, to do anything, to go to the depths of hell for fun, to enjoy yourself, to come back into animal instinct and have the freedom to go as high as you want. You could go as low as you want and as high as you want. It doesn't make a difference. This is to be the man, be the human. We're incarnated here to be human. But a lot of people run away from that. A lot of people cling on to religion. A lot of people cling on to godliness. And that's the opposite of what Jesus was saying. That's the opposite of what Jesus was teaching us. God was teaching us, God is teaching us to be here and now, to be the man, be the woman, be the human. But it takes a spiritual journey. It takes a godly journey where you're forced to connect to God. You're forced to speak to God. You're forced to go to the higher room. You're forced to directly communicate to the source. And through that, through you doing that, which doesn't come easy. For some it does. For some, they do it very quick. But for others, it requires meditation. It requires you to silence your mind, to relax. So in this world that doesn't want us to relax, God needs us to relax in order to hear Him. God speaks to us. We go up to God when we have no worries, when we're fulfilled. So, once you're there, and I'm speaking to people, I'm not saying, oh, once you're there, this is going to happen. I'm speaking to people who know exactly what I'm talking about. This is for you. Once you're there, once you're with God, you suddenly realize the godliness of being a man, the godliness of being a human, a woman, the godliness of what God put us into, the godliness of our instinct, of our animal nature. So you transcend structural thinking. You transcend structural thoughts. And you become transparent. You become translucent. You're not a single thing. You're not a thing that can be seen. You're everything. You become everything. So, this path, this mission, it's different for everybody, but it's really the same for everybody too. It may happen, it may feel differently, but this is it. Like, this is the experience. This is the spiritual experience. You could go between formless and form. Dude, believe in yourself. So, you've reached it. You've reached heaven. You've reached God. You've reached you. So, once you get there, you realize all is complete. You realize you are complete. But everybody around you that you've ever experienced, everybody around you that has no idea what this is, they're still in search. They're still seeking. They're still looking for completion. They still feel like they have something to prove, meaning they will project that you have something to prove, meaning they'll project that you don't have the answer. But what this does for you, it doesn't give you the ability to give people the answer. It just gives you the answer. It gives you the freedom. They have to go on the journey. They have to go to God. They have to go to the infinite. So they will look at you like you have no idea what you're talking about, like you have no authority to say what you're saying. And it is not your job to convince. It is not your job to believe what they're saying, to get stuck into their structural thinking again. You had to go through the most intense of manipulation, the most intense of structure going against you. Then now when you go back to it, now that when you feel it again, it's just a little speck. It's a little speck of structure. And it's not your job to go down and become an ant and see what it's like to be in their structure. That's the spirituality of Ant-Man. You have the ability, because you can do this, you can become tiny and see what they're seeing. So you can leave them with keys. You can leave them with hints. You can lead them to the water, but you cannot force them to drink. So it's your choice. It's your choice. How big do you want to expand? It's your choice. Who do you want to heal, if you even want to heal people? God's not making you do anything. God made you a superhero. We're all Ant-Man. So God is saying, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. It's you who has to believe in yourself. It's you who has to full-heartedly know who you are. No one's going to flatter you to the point where you feel 100% seen. Only God could do that. And maybe the God in someone else can do that. But God is saying, don't let these projections limit your will to preach. Because for some of you, that is what you want to do. For some of you, you do want to heal people. You do want to help people. You do want to be Ant-Man and heal the smallest of creatures. That's what you want to do. You just want to help people. And God is saying, don't let anybody say that that's wrong. That you have the power. You have the special ability. You have the ability to be anything, to be everything all at once. So don't limit yourself. Believe in yourself and do it. And do it again and again and again. Sometimes repetition is good. Sometimes things don't need to change. God is saying for some of you that you are doing something that is incredible. That you may not see the fruits of your labor right now, but it's incredible. And the fruits will come. So keep going. Don't leave it up to the algorithm. Don't leave it up to others' opinions. What you're doing is God work. What you're doing has infinite power. Yeah. El mundo. Yep. So a big lesson for all of us is to love the earth and be the earth. Not fear the earth, not fear sensuality, not fear pleasure, not fear the beauties of the mother, the beauties of this world. This world is unbelievable. This world is unfathomable. And that is the biggest lesson, that we are here right now. And the earth is our teacher. Our highest bliss is our teacher. The earth is our teacher right now. It may not be forever, but they're still teaching us. The earth is still teaching us right now. To be free, to be sensual, to be an animal, to be everything, to be life, to be alive, to be wild. The earth is not perfect. The earth is whatever you imagine it to be. The earth is like the most diverse, the most expansive planet ever. And it's our mirror. Ace of Swords, the Tower, and Death. Yeah. So, God gives you keys. God gives you keys to bring down any tower, bring down any bound. to bring death upon anything, to bring death upon anything that's ran its course, anything that no longer serves us. God gave you the divine sword that cuts through anything with ease, that kills anything with ease, destroys any structure, any tower. So, with this ability, it may not you may not see towers in real life crumbling down. You may not really use a sword. And it doesn't matter how you use it. It doesn't matter how you use the sword. It doesn't matter how you're using this power. This is a spiritual power. This is the Ant-Man power. You have the ability to bring an end to something you focus on. You have the ability to use your eye of God to judge anything. All you have to do is feel it. All you have to do is feel what it is, what it's doing. And if it doesn't have divine substance, it dies. And once again, this isn't your burden. This isn't something to fear. This is divine. God won't destroy something that's not meant to be destroyed. God will destroy what's supposed to be destroyed. So it's really depending on what you look at, what you focus on. Yep. Lilith, face your shadow. Yeah. You're connecting with Lilith, with Shiva, the destroyer, the shadow. Mother Mary, emotional healing. Connecting to both these energies, both Imhotep visionary, both the divine sacredness, the divine purity, but also the divine darkness. And in real time, as you are embodying both sides, as you are fully becoming who you really are, becoming all of yourself, in real time, you're alchemizing this adventure. In real time, you are creating and sharing your vision and leading people. What you're doing is incredibly brave. What you're doing is incredible. You're going on a sacred journey. You're going on a God journey, becoming the God that you are. And as you are doing it, you're leading people along. You're transforming it into art, transforming it into something that people could decode. So again, your fruit may not even be seen while you're alive. Your true fruit the true miracles that your word does, the true miracles that your energy provides. But it is your job to be the creator that you are, the visionary that you are. You have an awareness of the weight of your words, the timelessness of your words. So, yeah. You're becoming acquainted with the unconscious, with your intuition, with heaven. Yeah. Seer of feathers, parrot. So Spirit is saying is all you really need to do is be a parrot. All you really need to do is repeat what you're feeling, repeat what you're seeing, repeat. Just speak how you feel. That's it. How you go about it is up to you. You're the wise parrot. You don't just say anything. You're the parrot with God vision, the parrot with infinite vision. Where it sounds like you're just saying anything. But you're not. You stay mysterious. Because you don't do it for the doubters. You don't do it for the naysayers. You do it for those who feel you. You do it for those who know. So, yeah, that's that. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and God bless you. Bye.